In this video, we will see what are variables in Java. So variables are nothing but containers that hold values during program execution. So to understand what variables are, we can compare them with boxes that we use in our home. So for example, you have a box in that you are storing sugar in kitchen. Later, when that box is empty, you can store tea in it. So they can be reused. So what will happen? Variables will take different values during program execution, or chances are there that they will have only single value during whole program execution. So what variable does, we will read. The value stored in variable can be changed during program execution, right? Like I said earlier, a variable is only name given to a memory location. So what will happen once you create a variable? Example is here int count. So int is the type of variable and name is the count is the name of variable. So this count is pointing to a memory location. So whatever operations are performed on count will be done on that memory location. So suppose a memory location stores value 5 and you do a count plus plus operation. So that value will become 6 at that location only. And in Java, we will have to declare all the variables before we use them. Otherwise, compiler will start complaining that I don't know what this variable is. So we will see the example by a program. And these are the variable naming conventions. So in Java, every variable name starts with lowercase, such as ID name. So see, I is small, N is small here. And it should not start with special characters. And we will always name our variables meaningfully. So I'll show you the example. And what the third point says, if the name contains multiple words, start with the lowercase letter and followed by an uppercase letter, such as first name. See, first and name are two different words. So first has F as small and then name has N as capital. So whenever there are multiple words in your variable name, you will have this camel casing. We call it as camel casing. See, last name, one another example. And while we are learning, we name our variables as I, J, K, X, Y, Z. But if you work in an organization, you should not name like this, because from X you don't know what is X, what it is going to store. We are not getting any idea after seeing this X only. So we'll create a program to help understand variables. Variable, we will name it as variable. So int count, okay, equal to 0. Now we will verify point by point. See, so it says, well, the value stored in variable can be changed during program execution. So right now value is, count's value is 0. We will print it here, count equal to, and when we do this plus count, after this string, it will print what is count. Okay, so we will run and see. Right now it's 0. So our first line says the values stored in variable can be changed during program execution. So now we will try to change it. Count equal to 1. And now we will print. See, now value of count has changed to 1. The second point says a variable is only name given to memory location. All operation done on the variable of affects that memory location. So what happens is, suppose, so our second line says that whatever operation we are performing on variable, it will affect that memory location. So we will check our program. Here count was pointing to a memory location that was storing 0, And once we change count to 1, now that memory location is storing 1. So we will go to the third point. Our third point says in Java, all variables must be declared before we use them. So see, at this point, we have declared it. For better understanding, I will write it as declaration. Okay, so let's try to print it before declaring it. See, Java is complaining, compiler is complaining, count cannot be resolved. Okay, so we will comment it. We have learned few things. Variables are nothing but containers that store values. Okay, whatever operation is being performed on variable, it will affect that memory location. And third point is we should always declare variables before using them. Okay, and these are the naming conventions. So variable name can be very large also. I will declare a variable string I. See, I is small, then M, A is capital because this is the another word, very long named variable. Okay. So we should always declare name variables very meaningfully. So this is in a way it is telling what it is going to store.